Welcome to Brilliantly British. My name is Lawrence and today I'm going to show you how to make iced and creamed finger buns. So, as I show you how to make them, sit back, relax, with a cup of tea in hand, putting your feet up too, and enjoy this episode. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. If, like me, your school happened to be in the vicinity of a bakery, then you'll have fond memories sharing a 50p pack of jam donuts with friends whilst waiting for the bus home. However, for those that wanted something a bit special, there was of course an amazing alternative. Entry-level iced buns are simple, delicious and fulfilling, but for those that wanted to go the extra mile, we present these cream and jam filled iced buns, which left me and will leave you gobsmacked. In this episode, we'll be showing you how to make every element for yourselves, family and friends, but before we get started, allow me to introduce the ingredients to you. For today's Brilliantly British iced buns, you'll need some full fat cream, full fat milk, some bread flour, dry active yeast, some butter, ideally homemade Brilliantly British butter. Follow the link up there to learn how to make some yourselves. You'll need some icing sugar, an egg, some jam, ideally homemade jam. Follow the link up there as well. And you will also be needing some caster sugar, followed by some salt. That's it for the making of today's Brilliantly British iced buns. But before you get started, before you do anything at all, I say switch on your kettle, brew yourself a nice cup of hot tea so that you can sip on that whilst you bake. To start, warm up some milk in a pot or microwave, making sure it's at least 30 degrees C and no hotter than 37 degrees C. To the warm milk, add sugar and a pinch of salt, stir until completely dissolved, then stir in your yeast to form a homogeneous solution, before trickling in melted butter, stirring constantly to prevent your yeast from being scorched. With the mixture made, cover with a lid before setting to one side, preferably somewhere warm, allowing the yeast to bloom. 20 minutes later, a frothy layer should have formed, indicating that your yeast is alive and kicking. So, into a bowl of flour, gradually pour in all of your solution before beginning to whip up the now formed dough to thoroughly combine the ingredients, as well as promote the development of gluten. Continue doing this for 10 minutes before scraping down the sides of your bowl and turning out on a well-floured work surface. The dough should then be shaped into a bowl and weighed in order to accurately divide into 6, but of course you can eyeball this step. With the dough portioned into 6, first fold, then roll into sausages 7 to 8 centimeters long, arranging them on a paper-lined tray a finger's width apart. With all the dough arranged on a baking sheet, allow them to proof and double in size, preferably somewhere draft-free and warm, until they double in size and begin to touch. In the meantime, whip cream and sugar to stiff peaks, placing in the fridge thereafter for later on, following on with a sip of tea and mixing icing sugar and milk to form the thick icing for the buns. Once proved, the buns should look similar to these and then be baked until golden brown and aromatic, like these, which should be left to cool completely before following on. Once completely cool, separate your buns from one another before slicing partly, sipping some tea and spreading some jam within. I'll then pipe in the whipped cream from earlier on, making sure that the cream is good enough to eat, of course, and then to finish, with a brush, glaze your buns with the icing made a moment ago. Once the icing has set and everything else now said and done, I think it's now time for tasting. All right, I'm ready. I hope you are too. 3, 2, 1. So satisfying, really. My childhood has just flashed back. My yeah, my childhood just flashed right back to me. And I just remember buying these I just remember buying these with friends from the local supermarket on the way back from school. Oh, and they are just as good. Well, these ones are better than the ones we used to buy when we were kids. The cream is fresh, the jam, homemade jam, please, please, please do it. The bread, the roll, beautifully soft, and you've got the lovely icing on top. All of this together, simple, yet delivers on flavor, texture. It ticks all the boxes, so please, 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 when time allows, with friends and family, make this treat, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you all for allowing me to show you how to make these creamed iced buns. Knowing that you loved this episode, don't forget to click on the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification button so that you don't miss any of our new releases. Tell everyone you know about the Brilliantly British food on this channel, and follow us on all of the social media platforms that this channel is on, and I will see you next time.